Today, I'm going to share with you my thoughts on subscription boxes and if I think that they are worth it or not. I have unboxed subscription boxes in the past. I've had Fabfitfun and Cosbox. I know Cosbox changed the name. I'm going to go on and figure out what they changed it to. It's like All True or a True Heart or something like that. So anyway, they did change their name, but I've had Fabfitfun and then I did have Cosbox. I had 2 Cosboxes, and then for Fabfitfun, I think I had it for like 2 years or 3 years, maybe something like that. So I wanted to sit down and just share with you my thoughts on subscription boxes and if I think that they are worth it or not. I feel like maybe 3 or 4 years ago, they were really popular where everybody wanted to get one and a lot of people would get them and they'd get like a box or 2 and then that would be it. And yeah, so I feel like they were a little bit more popular back then. Maybe they still are, but my views have changed and that's maybe why I don't see them as popular. And I just want to throw this out there in the beginning. For those of you who enjoy subscription boxes, that's great. If you like them, I'm happy that you do because you can get some really good items at a very affordable price. They are very fun to open. They're exciting. So if you like them, like that's great. I'm just here sharing my thoughts and my views for those who are maybe thinking about a subscription box, but you're not too sure. So I don't like a lot of things. I don't like a lot of clutter. I have a very like small, minimal amount of clothing, a small makeup collection. I don't buy backup products. You know, I'm really trying to be more mindful of the items that I have physically in my house. I got Fabfitfun, I think it was 3 years ago, and I was subscribed to them for a while, and I finally decided to stop just because I honestly found that the items were not the best. I found that the items were quality-wise were a real hit or miss, and some boxes I was basically just like, well, I guess I'll choose this because there's nothing else that I really want in here. And I don't know, I just found that it started to get very repetitive with what they were giving. I found that it was always like a body wash, it was always a moisturizer, it was always a face wash, it was always like the same thing. And then they would throw one high-end thing in there, like a Marc Jacobs lipstick, and of course everybody would want it for that month. But then I found that the other choices for the other categories were not that good. I was basically just choosing things just to choose things. It wasn't because I was excited for them. It wasn't because I wanted it. It was because that was the only option that would work for me. And then when the box would come, it would be like, cool, I have another setting spray that I'm never going to use. I just found for myself personally, the items in the box was not meshing with me and I didn't need it. So then I tried Cosbox. I'm calling it Cosbox because that's what I had. I didn't have this All True. I'll put the name on the screen. But anyway, I personally just found with that box, the first one that I had, it was awful. It was missing items. The kettle that I had was so scratched. It was not worth the money at all. The second box I got, there was nothing damaged or scratched or missing. But the reusable Ziploc baggies that I got, they're already broken. And there's only one thing that I use to this day, which is a bag. But I mean, I could have just went out and got a bag. It's nothing crazy. Comparing Cosbox to Fabfitfun, I feel like they are very different. Where Fabfitfun is more HomeSense, Sephora, that type of feel. Where Cosbox is more small business, more minimal, more simple, more intentional, that type of feel. So they do have really 2 different feels to them. In the past, Fabfitfun was exactly what I needed, and now more so Cosbox is what I needed. But I honestly just find with subscription boxes that a lot of the items that I would get in there, the quality was just not good. I would use the item a few times and it may break. A lot of the time it was just cheap quality. The only things that really stick out in my mind are the Unhide blanket, which was amazing from Fabfitfun. I have a bag that I'm currently using from Cosbox. For myself personally, I was just finding that you would get a box of like, let's say 10 items, and in the box I was really truly only wanting 3 or 4, and then the other items I would either just have to give away or gift or sell, which isn't a bad thing. But at the end of the day, if I'm gonna be spending like $70 to $80 on a box of stuff, I kind of want myself to enjoy the whole box and like the whole box and use the whole box. And that was the other thing, like for Canada, I just felt like it took a long time to get here. At least for myself, it took a long time. And I did find it to be a little bit pricey, where if I took, let's say $80 and went to a store, I could definitely get things that I personally would really like and I could get a lot of use of, and I'd be so happy with. Like if you gave me $80 to go to HomeSense, I would be able to walk out of there with so many different things that I'd love and be able to use. But if I were to take that $80 and go to HomeSense, maybe there's just one thing that I want, and that's all I need. So like I was saying, it does come down to kind of like my lifestyles. So I really felt like with the boxes, it was just a ton of extra stuff. That's really how I felt. It was just a ton of extra stuff that I really didn't need. So here's what started to happen for myself personally. So let's say I got the winter box, okay? And I got a face wash in the winter box. And then in the spring box, I got a face wash in the spring box. And then in the summer box, guess who got a face wash in the summer box? Me. So then I had like 3 face washes that I would keep in my like product cupboard or whatever. And they would go bad. By the time I'd get to them, they would be bad. I wouldn't like them. I would just never use them. I'd forget about them. I had drawers and buckets and cupboards filled of product. It was crazy. And so much of it just started to go bad because I was never using it. And that's just, to me, it was just a waste of money. It was a waste of space. I know many of you may say, well, then why don't you just choose something different other than a face wash, other than a moisturizer, other than a whatever? I found that the choices just started to become like, you could either choose, let's just say, a potato peeler, contact lenses, or a face wash. And it was like, well, I have a potato peeler, I don't want contact lenses, so I guess I'm choosing the face wash. And that's what I do. So what I found was I was just choosing items just to choose items. They would sit, they would expire, they would go bad, I would have to pass them on, I would have to sell them. And here's the thing that I also found, selling items from like Fabfitfun boxes or subscription boxes, I never really got the true value for them. Maybe that's just where I live, I don't know. But I just find that the pricing on a lot of the items is just crazy. It doesn't even seem to be true. On Facebook, I find to sell makeup items and skincare items, even if they're not open, they're so hard to sell. And I just find that you can't get like the true value for it. So I don't know. But anyway, for myself, I just found that they were sitting, they were going bad, it was not worth the money. And that was the other thing, subscription boxes can be pricey, and what they really try to do is make you sign up for like the whole year so that you save money. And that is just expensive in itself. I remember I was gonna sign up for like the Cosbox a year ago for like the full year, and it was just a crazy price. And I was like, whoa, that is like 3 or 4 months worth of dog food. That is like a hair appointment or 2. That's a lot. Like I can't just spend my money on boxes that I don't even know what's going to be in them, and I don't even know if I'm going to like them. So what really got me drawn to subscription boxes in the first place was fall boxes would be so fall. It would be pumpkins, it'd be like cinnamon, it'd be leaves, it'd be like so fall. But then when I started to sign up for the subscription boxes, I noticed a lot of people would say the same thing. It doesn't have that fall feel. It doesn't have that Christmas feel. I found that like a few years ago, so maybe 3 or 4 years ago, they were a lot more popular, where now it's not as popular, and they really try and bring in like one really good item just to kind of draw everybody in, get a little taste for it. For myself personally, do I think that subscription boxes are worth it? I think if you're someone who wants to add to your collection, whether it be your makeup, whether it be your skincare, whether it be your hair care. If you like bringing in new items, they are worth it. If you're someone who likes to treat yourself and get a box of different things, they are worth it. If you are able to gift it to a lot of people, it's worth it. But if you're someone like me where you don't want to have a big makeup collection, if you don't really like to try new products, like I like to try new things, but I like to make sure that my lotions are scent-free, dye-free, my washes need to be like a specific type of wash. When it comes to subscription boxes, if you like specific items, like if you like, let's just say, items without any dyes or colors, you don't know, you can't guarantee that they will always have that. Like, you don't know what you're always going to get. I personally find it's going to be really your decision. I feel like they would make a good gift. That's one thing that I do think. I think if you know someone who likes to try new products, who likes a bunch of different things, like if you can't think of a gift for someone and you're just kind of wondering what you should get them and they like a bunch of different things, that's a nice box for them. I know Fabfitfun is supposed to be like $49.99, but then when I put it in Canadian dollars and all that, it's like $80 or something like that. But do I want to spend $80 on a box of stuff that I don't really know if I'm gonna like? Or do I want to take that $80 and go out to lunch and then go to HomeSense or do groceries or get my hair done or get my nails done? So I honestly feel like that's the best way to look at it if you're not sure. I don't want to say that they're bad because they're not bad boxes. I honestly just feel like it will come down to personal preference and it will come down to where you would like that money to go. Like, instead of maybe spending all that money on the subscription boxes, you would rather tuck that away into savings. I honestly just don't feel like I would get subscription boxes anytime soon. It's just not for me. I would rather a nice like gift set where you're able to see the items that come in it. So personally, instead of spending money on a subscription box, I like to once a year get like a value set from Sephora. I feel like that is a much better way for myself to add to my makeup collection. I can pick a set that has the most items for myself personally, and I get to try a bunch of new things. So anyway, that is about that for today's video. Let me know in the comments down below if you like subscription boxes or not, if you get them or not. And yeah, so again, if you really like subscription boxes, that is great. I'm glad you enjoyed them because you can get some really good items in there. But just for myself personally, a lot of the items would just go bad because I would not get to them, or a lot of the items just did not work for me in the box. And many of the items that I received would be very poor quality. And that's about that. So anyway, let me know in the comments down below your thoughts, and I will see you all on the next one very, very soon. Bye.